Welcome viewers on G.Math Academy. Today we are going to talk about in the mensuration about the volume of the pyramid, cone and the sphere. In the previous videos we done about many questions about the volume, like volume of cylinder, triangular prism, rectangular prism, cuboid, trapezoid, so on. But today we are going to discuss about the pyramid, cone and the sphere. Here, if you look at here, we are given example about the pyramid. It's just a formula. He gave us a formula about the volume of the pyramid. So this is the formula for the volume of the pyramid. And here he mentioned again the cube of a side. So we are given the cube in shape number 1 and the cube side is 2a. All sides are same. So the difference between cube and cuboid, we talked this information in the previous video, in which we learn what is the difference between cube and cuboid. Cube have all the sides are equal, means a cube becomes by 6 squares, and the cuboid, it becomes the 6 rectangular shapes, which the two sides are equal, but the rest of two sides are equal to each other. But in the square, all are the squares, but in the cuboid all are the rectangular. It's a combination of the rectangular sides. So here we have square, we are given square, so there are how many squares are 6 squares are there. So 6 pyramids, even though, so we make 6 pyramid because the 6 sided are there, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. One is the front and one is the back. So there are 6 sided of a cube because it's a 3D shape. So we have the volume of the pyramid here. You should remember the volume. We no need to prove it, but it's just to remember the formula for the volume, which is equal 1/3 base area times height. Okay, so base area is what? So this is the pyramid, and this is the vertical height, is the height of the pyramid, and this is the base area. Because it's a square, so that's why both sides are all sides are equal. All sides are equal. So when you multiply them, we know the area of a square equal area of square equals side square. So when you multiply, then it becomes the area of the base. If it is rectangular, so just multiply whatever, either this is called length width, whatever say, or side times side, is the same thing as we done here in the previous videos. So this is the area of square times the height of the pyramid. So it 1/3 of it, and it becomes the volume of the pyramid. Okay, so next we will see. Here we are given a cone, the volume of the cone. This is the formula for the volume of the cone. 1/3 pi r square, because area of base is circular, so that's why it's pi r squares times the height of the cone. So this is the slant height, which we represent by L. So this is called the slant height. So note that similarity with the pyramid. So because there is 1/3 of base area times the length. Here also we have 1/3 of base area, which is circular base area. So pi r square times h. So remember the formula for the volume of the cone, which is 1/3 pi r square times the height. Next we have the sphere. So the formula for the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube, 4/3 pi r square. So radius here from we know that this is the circular shape, so center to the circle is called the radius. So this is the sphere. Okay, so formula for the sphere, 4/3 pi r cube. Here we are given one example. In this example, he said that a pyramid has a square base, so it means this is a square base we are given here. So this is also 5 centimeter. This is the pyramid, in which we have the square base, and sides 5 meter, and vertical height is 4. So this is the vertical height of the pyramid, which is 4 meter. Find its volume. We need to find the volume. We know the formula for the volume of the pyramid is 1/3 of base area base times the height. so area base is what, side square or length time width, whatever you say, length time width. So because it's a square, as mentioned in the question, so side times sides are the same. So this is the area of base, and this is a vertical. When you multiply, simplify, you will get the answer 33.33 cubic meter, because the unit for the volume is cubic meter and the unit for the area is square. Is square. So Q for the volume and square for the area. In example number 2, calculate the radius of the sphere of the volume 500 cubic centimeter. So we know the formula for the volume of the cube is 4/3 of pi r cube equal the volume, and volume given here 500. So let's suppose this is the sphere. Okay, so this is the spherical, for it's spherical, which is look like a ball. So from center to the circle is called the radius. So wherever you move, it is the radius of the sphere. So simplify for r, this is multiplication, all this we need to find r. So pi multiplication becomes division, 4 multiplication becomes division, but 3 division here transfer to become multiplication. Simplify, because 3 we need to find the r value. So take a cube root both side, you find the answer 4.93. So you can take the cube root, this is the cube root, then simplify 3 times 4 pi times 500. So answer is 4.9233. So 3 significant, this is the third thing. After this is less than 5. So the answer is 4.92. So 3 significant answer. So the radius of the sphere is 4.93. Okay, these are the example. Now let's start with the questions from the worksheet. Question number 1. Question number 8 in the worksheet, where we are given some information about the cone. He said find the volume of the following objects. So we are given different objects in this question. So first of all, we are given the cone, and in the cone we are given the height is 5 centimeter, radius is 2 centimeter. So this is the cone, this is the circular part, and radius is 2 centimeter and the height is 5 centimeter. We know the formula for the cone, volume of the cone equal 1/3 pi r square times h. Just substitute the given information in the formula and then simplify. You will find the answer 20.9 cubic centimeter. So as I mentioned in many videos, please remember the formulas, because without formulas it's impossible to solve the question. So if you remember the formula, then it's easy for you to simplify the answers. Okay, now here in the other object we are given the sphere, and as the beginning we are given find the volume of the different objects. So these are the parts of the question number 8. So we know that the formula for the sphere of the volume equal 4/3 times pi r cube. So this is, for example, this is a sphere. Okay, so this is the radius, which is 5 centimeters. So just replace r by the 5 and simplify. You will find the answer 525. This is the 3 significant figures. All are 3 significant. This is all 3 significant, and this is also 3 significant. So just make a significant figures practice much better for you. Okay, question number 8c part, we are mentioned here the pyramid, and we need to find the volume of the pyramid, and here we are given the rectangular. But in the previous question, if you remember that in the example, we done about the volume of the pyramid, but the base what there is the square, but here we are given the rectangular. So base is 7 centimeter by 8 centimeter, the height is 5 centimeter. So for example, this is a rectangular base, so 7 and 8 we are given 7 centimeter and 8 centimeter, and the vertical height we are given here 5 centimeter. We know the formula, area of the volume of the pyramid equal 1/3 of base area times the height. So base, this is the base area. So this is the base area, multiply 8 times 3, you will find the answer, which is 56. Okay, so multiply by 5, then divided by 1, divided by 3, so you find the answer, which is also 3 SF, 3 significant. After simplify, you will find the answer. Okay, question number 9. In this question, he said find the volume of the hemisphere of the radius. So hemisphere is the half of the sphere. So hemi means the half of the sphere. So it means we know the formula for the for the sphere is v equal the volume equal 4/3 times pi r cube. because hemi means the half of the sphere, so multiply by half. So when you multiply by half, 4 multiplied by half, it becomes 2/3. So time pi r square. Or just simplify, just substitute the values. So r replaced by 5, so 5's cube here. Then simplify, use the calculator, find, simplify. 4 over 3 times pi times 5 cube. So you will then final answer multiply by half, you will get the answer 262 cubic centimeter. This is also 3 significant. This is also significant. We know this is the hemisphere. If we complete this shape, it becomes like this, and this is the sphere. Okay, so because it's cut from the middle, so it becomes the hemisphere. Okay, so it becomes the hemisphere, and we know the constant value is 4/3. If we take the half of it, it becomes 2/3. So the formula for hemisphere, either you can write the sphere formula and multiply by half, or you can directly write the 2/3 times pi r cube. It is the formula for the hemisphere. It's up to you. Either you can go directly for the hemisphere formula, or first write the sphere formula, then make it half, you find the answer for the hemisphere. So this is answer for the question number 9. Now question number 10 here. In this question we are given a cone and hemisphere. If you look at here, and even in the mention in the statement we mention here, a cone is attached to a hemisphere of a radius 4 centimeter. If the total height of the object is 10 centimeter, find its volume. So this is the complete length, which is the complete length of this object is 10 centimeter, but we are given the radius is 4 centimeter as mentioned here. So it means the radius also here, it becomes the height of even the hemisphere. So this is the height of the rest of height of the cone. So total is 10, so 10 minus 4, it becomes 6. So height of the cone is 6 centimeter, but the total height of this object means cone plus hemisphere equal 10 centimeter. So we know the formula for the cone. Volume of cone is 1/3 of pi r square times height. So replace r values. R of the r we are given the radius is 4 centimeter. Replace r by 4, and the height of the cone is 6 centimeter. So put 6 here. Then simplify. Use the calculator. You find the answer, or you can write the answer as it is. 3 cancel, it becomes 2, and it becomes 16 times 32, it becomes 32 pi, or leave as exact answer. Okay, so leave as exact answer, so you find 32 pi. So leave in 32 pi, rather you write in decimal places, because why I mentioned here leave the answer as it is in the whole number or the with a constant, because if you go for it, it may possible some students write the answer in one decimal place. So it normally when you do like this at the end, what happen, the answers make a small error because you take only one decimal place. But if you go for after decimal 4 places, so you will get the more accurate answer as compared to one decimal place. So rather you change in decimal, so just simplify, write in the pi form, leave as it in the pi form, then your answer will be okay. So I'm just simplify this also. It becomes 4 cube equals 64. So 4 cube equals 64 times 2, it becomes 128. So 128 over 3. So I'm writing here 128 over 3 pi. Okay, so we are given here these values. He said the find the total volume. So add the volume of the cone and volume of the hemisphere, you find the total volume. So when you add them, let's suppose you add these two after decimal, so or you can say this is 32, pi is a common between them, pi is a common between them. So 1 over 128 over 3 plus 32. So when you multiply this by pi, it becomes times pi. So you will find the answer 234.57 to so on. So it is repeating number. So after making 3 single finger, so increase the number, because 5 or more we can increase the next number. So answer is 234 cubic centimeter. So it's up to you. So so this is the answer for this complete volume of this object. Question number 11, also we are given composite shape. In this composite shape we are given cone, cylinder, and the hemisphere. So it is the combination of three objects: cone, cylinder and hemisphere. As in the question we are given here, a toy consists of a cylinder of the diameter 6 centimeter sandwiched between a hemisphere and a cone. So cylinder is sandwiched between the hemisphere and the cone of the same diameter. So it means the diameter for all the hemisphere and the cone and even the cylinder all the same. So which is 6 centimeter. Which is 6 centimeter cylinder. So it means this is 6, and if we cut this one in half, it becomes the radius is 3, and even the radius for the hemisphere also 3, and the radius of the cylinder also is 3. So if the cone is height, so they are given the different height. Cone height is 8 centimeter and the cylinder height is 10 centimeter. This is the cylinder height, which is 10 centimeter, but we no need the height for the hemisphere. Even the height for the hemisphere also 3, but normally we say it's the radius. Now I'm going to find out the separately their volumes, then I add them, it becomes the complete shape of the volume of the complete shape. So this is the cone with the radius 3 and height is 8, plus this is the cylinder with the radius 3 and height is 10 centimeter. So this is 10 centimeter, and this is 3 centimeter because it's the radius of the hemisphere. So this is hemisphere here. Okay, now the volume of the cone, 1/3 pi r square times height. Again repeating, please remember the formula, then it's easy for you to simplify the question answer. So 1/3 times pi times r, r is 3 for all. Okay, so just substitute in the formula, then you have 24 pi. I just write in the pi form. Volume of cylinder, pi r square times h, r equal 3, and height of the cylinder is 10. So simplify, you get the 90 pi. Volume of the hemisphere, 2/3. As I told you in the last sheet, we have the formula for the hemisphere, which is equal. So this is the volume of the hemisphere formula, 2/3 of pi r cube. So the volume for the hemisphere equal 2/3 times pi r cube equal 2/3 pi times r equal 3. So simplify, you get 18 pi. Now if you add all the volumes of these three objects, so you will get the complete volume of the shape. So total volume equal 24 from the volume of the cone, 90 pi from the cylinder, 18 pi from the hemisphere. So pi is a common between, I took the pi outside, just add the constant number here, 24, 90, 18, I get 132 times pi. When you multiply them, you will get the answer 415 cubic centimeter. It is actually from the pi, you will get 414 point something, so 132 times pi, so you will get the answer 132 pi 414.69, so on. So because third significant, its next number is more than 5, so increase the number, so it becomes 415 cubic centimeter. Yes. Okay, in the next page, question number 12. In question number 12, again we are given a cylinder and a sphere. So let's see what the question says. It's a very interesting question. So in this question, a spherical ball is immersed in water contained in a vertical cylinder, assuming the water covers the ball. So it means this is the water which is cover the ball. This is the water. Okay, cover the ball. Calculate the rise in the water level if sphere radius is 3 centimeter and cylinder radius is 10 centimeter. Okay, sphere radius is 3 centimeter and the cylinder radius is 10 centimeter. Okay, before putting the sphere in the water, this is the first level of the water, and after putting it, the level of the water is rise. So this is the rise level. So but if you look at here, from this is also the height of the water, so it means there are two heights of the water. So we need to find actually this height. So there are this height. Okay, so how much the level of the water rises. And so first I find the volume of the sphere, which is 4/3 times pi r 3, and just because we know the sphere radius is 3, put in the formula, simplify, you find the 36 pi. But again I'm writing in the form of pi. Okay, the volume of cylinder, we know the formula pi r square times h. So r here we are given the radius of cylinder is 10, so replace r by 10, and we need to find the height, calculate the rise, the level. So we need to find the height of the water, so we need to find the h. Okay, so height, I just consider this is the height, so 100 pi h. By equating, I did by this method. We have another method also, which is little bit longer method, in which we first find the volume of the water, then find the volume of the sphere, then find the volume of the new level of the water, then find the difference between. So then after that you can compare, so you can find the height, but it becomes little longer, so I just choose the easiest method, in which we can equate the volume of the cylinder and the volume of the sphere. So equate them to find the volume of find the height or the level which is rising in the water. Okay, now in this part, if you look at here, so I just equate volume of cylinder equal the volume of sphere. I just consider they are equal. So in this part, volume of cylinder, we have 100 pi h equal 36 pi. So this is multiplication. When you transfer, it becomes a division. So pi cancel with pi, so we left 36 over 100. So when you divide, you find the height of the level of the water, 0.36 centimeter. After putting the sphere in the water, so this is the height, this is the level which is raised in the water. So this is the height of the raise in the water, which is 0.36. Okay. Okay guys, you can make a separate diagram also. This is the first level of water, and after rising, so if this is first, this is the second, so we need to find this actually. This is the water, this is the water after rising. Now this is also becomes the water. Okay, go for the 13th question. In this question, we are given a sector. The diagram shows the sector of the circle of the radius 10 centimeter. He said find as multiple of pi the arc length of the sector. We need to find the arc length of the sector here. In the first video about the circle, we talk about them. If you look at here in this part, we know this is the circular part, and this is the complete circle. We know the complete circle is called the circumference, which formula is 2 pi r. So this is 2 pi r, and we know from center, if I consider the center is O, from center to the circle is called the radius. Okay, so this is the radius, and we know the formula for the arc length is fraction of the whole circle times the circumference. Circumference means pi r, 2 pi r. Okay, so radius is center to the center to the circle is called the radius. And what is the sector? Sector is between the sector is the part between the two radii, so if you look at here, one radius is this, one radius is this. This is called the sector because it's a small part. I just consider this is the small part. If you look at, this is also the sector, and this is the major sector. If we consider this is the major sector here, if you look at here, this is the major sector. So this is the major sector of this circle. So because it's also between the two radii. Okay, now here I just consider this is the information. I just took the information as we given here. The radius is 10. I just consider this is the 10 centimeter, and 288, this is 288, and this is the major sector. So I need to find the arc length. So the formula for arc length, when it is the sector form, so this becomes if it is a complete circle, so it becomes circumference. But if I make a sector, so this becomes the arc length. This becomes the arc length. Okay, so we need to find the arc length. So the angle given here 288, so angle is 288 here. So replace theta by 288, r equal 10 centimeter given in the question. If you look at here, I just compare with this, so it becomes 10 centimeter, replace here r 10, and angle replaced by 288. So when you simplify it, okay, after simplify, in the first part, arc length theta 360 times 2 pi r equal 288, 360 times 2 pi times 10. So when you simplify, after simplify, because in the part he said that write the answer in multiple of pi, so 16 is a multiple of pi, which is arc length. Now, in the second part, he said the straight edges are brought together to make a cone. So, these straight edges brought together to make a cone. Calculate the radius of the base of the cone. So, we need to find the radius. So, if we look at here, this is the sector. If I remove this one, this small sector, it becomes the same shape here. It becomes the same shape, and I need to make a cone. So if I join, as given in the question, if I join two radius of the circle, two radius, join them two radius of the circle like this, so it becomes a cone. If you look at here, it becomes a cone here, it becomes a cone. Okay, so this is a cone. But if you observe here in this part, if you look at here, this is in the previous part, if you open this one, it become a circle, this radius. But now in the cone, it become a slant height, because this is a curve path, this become a slant height. It means in the circle the radius becomes in the cone slant height. So this is the slant height here. Okay, again I'm repeating, when you join them, join these two radii, join the radii, these two radii, this is the radius, this is the radius in the previous cycle. If you complete, if you complete it, it becomes the circle. So this is the radius. Now it become a sector. So join two radii together, so it becomes a cone. Okay, it becomes a cone here, a cone here. Okay, so this become a cone. So this radius now in the cone becomes the slant height. So it means the radius and the slant height now they are same. So what is the radius in the question? It was 10, but now it becomes the slant height, which is equal 10. Okay. So the arc length, this is the arc length we done already. This is the arc length we found here. So which is equal in the complete circle, equal. Now it become a complete circle. If you look at here, it become a complete circle of the circular base. It become a circular base. If you look at it, it becomes a circular base. So it means it become a circumference again. So circumference equal 2 pi r. Circumference equal 2 pi r. Okay, so when I join them, it become a cone. So this is the radius, and this is the vertical height of the question. Okay, now we need to find the arc length equal 16 pi equal circumference, 16 pi equal the circumference, and arc length we found here in the part A, arc length we found here in part A. Okay, now this is the arc length 16 pi in the previous part, and this is the equal the circumference, as we it will become the circumference equal the circumference, and we know the formula circumference is 2 pi r. We know the formula for circumference is 2 pi r, which is equal the arc length. So we need to find the radius. So this is multiplication, transfer becomes division. So 16 pi divided by 2 pi, simplify pi, cancel. 16 divided by 2, it becomes 8 centimeters. So radius of the cone, it becomes 8 centimeter. Okay, now this is what he said, find the radius of the cone here. Okay, now in the C part, we need to find the height of the cone, even the vertical height of the cone. So this is the vertical height. If you look at here, when you draw the perpendicular on the radius, is become the right angle. In front of right angle, we know that this is called the hypotenuse, and these are two short sides. And we know the formula for the we apply the Pythagoras theorem here when we are given right angle triangle. So the longer side minus the given short side. We are given the longer side, which is the slant height. This becomes, after joining the from the center, this become the top of the cone, and this become the circular part. So slant height is 10. So which is now becomes the longer side, which is hypotenuse. So this minus, so we use, so longer side minus the short side, longer side minus the short side, you find after taking square you find 6 centimeter, which is height of the cone, which is height of the cone. Okay, hope you understand this very interesting question, which is question number 13. Okay, the last question of this sheet, which is about the frustum. Frustum is what? When you are given the cone, and for example, this is a cone here. Okay, if you cut the cone from here, so this part becomes the frustum. It's very easy question. You just remember the formula. A frustum is a cone with the end chopped off a bucket in the shape of the frustum as shown. WN as shown has diameter of 10 centimeter and 4 centimeter, 10 centimeter 4. So the diameter of the bigger part of the cone is 10 centimeter, and the small part is 4 centimeter. And the depth of the bucket after cutting the cone, after cutting the cone, so this becomes the frustum. So it's part of the cone, so it is 3 centimeter. We have the formula for the volume of the frustum is 1/3 pi bracket radius 1 square, radius 2 square, because there are two circular part, so it becomes the radius r1 r2 square plus multiply them times the height of the bucket or the frustum. Because this is the diameter, when you make it half, so radius of the bigger one is 5 and the radius of the smaller one is 2. So just substitute whatever you say, this is 1, this is 2, or this is 1, this is 2, it's up to you, whatever the label to them. So just replace in the formula and then simplify. So you find this 3 multiply with this one, so it's cancel. So 5 square 24, 25, 2 square equal 4, 5 times 2 equal 10. Then simplify, it becomes 39. So 39 multiplied by pi, you will find the answer 122.522. So after making the 3 significant figure from here, next number 5 or more, so increase the number, so it becomes 123 centimeter, cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this frustum. Okay, so again, please guys, remember the formulas. If you remember the formula, then it's easy for you to do the questions. Hope you understand all the question. If you get the benefit from this sheet, I hope this sheet is helpful for you to find the volume of the pyramid, cone, sphere, and the composite shape as well. And at the end, and the question number 14, we can find the volume of the frustum. Please share this video. If you like the video, do like, and if you have any concern, please don't hesitate to inbox me. Thank you very much.